A man who spent years in and out of the prison system will be the first graduate of Soteria's rehabilitation program to receive a tiny home.
The nonprofit, headquartered in Greenville, gives guidance to those who are returning to society after incarceration.
Our Caitlin Ashbaugh joins us live in Travelers Rest. And Caitlin, you had the opportunity to speak with the person who will soon call this tiny house their home. Tell us what they told you.
Well, after incarceration, Oscar Jimenez was like many who leave the system and have little to no resources, including things like decent, essential housing. And that's why Soteria, the place he graduated from in that rehabilitation program, is looking to reduce the risk of re-entry into that prison system, one tiny step or home at a time. What you see as bare bones is a tiny but mighty leap for Oscar Jimenez.
Being independent and being able to say that I was able to overcome all the stuff that I kind of been through.
Chance at new life lives inside these walls, designed with the help of students and community partners close to home.
We are able to rent these places to a person, probably their first house that they will receive after incarceration.
Jimenez grew up in Los Angeles, the middle of 3 siblings, raised by a single mother. He was incarcerated at 18 and cycled through several prisons in his adult life.
I searched for a new beginning, and I kind of fell into the same behavior. It can just become a way of life, and I was really just trying to break that cycle.
Post-incarceration resources are slim because of collateral consequences, penalties barring people with criminal records from employment, voting, and housing. Restarting from nothing can often breed uncertainty, fear, going back to what's familiar.
This is a very hard process, and we need individuals in our community to think about those who have paid their debt to society.
How Jimenez found hope, he credits the help of God, his little brother, and the found family at Soteria. After graduating from his rehabilitation program, he took his journey a step further. Today, it's tomato picking, weighing, and packing. Another, it's woodshop work. In thanks, Jimenez gives back to the people who gave first. Jimenez plans to buy a vehicle and visit his family and friends still on the West Coast. He carries his mother's pride on his shoulders every step of the way.
She doesn't worry about me anymore and stuff like that, so that's something that kind of a burden that's lifted out of her heart.
And the Murphy will be home. This one right beside us here, this closest one to us, that'll be Oscar's home whenever it's finished in the fall. But we're told, even though it's the first of its kind, it's not going to be the last. You can see that construction actively happening behind me. Soteria plans to build 5 more tiny homes on this acre of property. And they say that this will be an opportunity for people like Oscar Jimenez who are looking for a new way forward after incarceration. Reporting in Travelers Rest, Caitlin Ashbaugh, WYFF News 4.